Good morning, good evening, and welcome back to the Child Civic channel. Today we are taking this United Airlines 737 and we're going to prepare for a stream that I am going to do on Saturday evening. This is currently getting recorded on Friday the 15th of November, and I'm going to do a fair bit of a farewell stream, yeah I guess so, for Flight Sim 2020 on Saturday evening, just for fun. But I thought basically I'm going to try and do a long stream. I haven't streamed really before on the channel properly, so I thought I'd just stream it. Nice long flight. So we're going to do the island hopper, or the United Airlines island hopper service on the stream, which requires us to get this 737 from here in Los Angeles over to Honolulu in Hawaii, where the island hopper service commences. If you don't know what the island hopper service is, I encourage you to check out the link in the video for the stream, which will have a bit more detail on what the island hopper flight is. It is a real flight, but we're not doing that in today's video. We're just going to basically get us prepared for it by taking this 737 over to Honolulu. You can see we've got AI traffic on, it's making plenty of noise. And yeah, we're going to take this 737 over, and we're going to save the panel state, so when I load up the stream it's the same panel state. So I'm going to try and basically see how the aircraft fares with like 5 or 6 flights all at the same time, all with the same panel state. So I've loaded it up cold and dark. Planes taking off everywhere, look at that. But yeah, the assumption is going to be that, because usually for this service, which is United Airlines 1158, usually for this service they would use a 757-300 or a 777-200, which we don't have either of in the sim. But we're going to say that they're broken and or they need this plane going over there for the island hopper service. So basically we're making it up with the plane, but that's why it's Flight Sim, we can do what we want. Apologies, I was having a drink. But yeah, so we're going to get this all set up and ready to go. So into the overhead panel as well, the other thing I was going to point out, you can see that on the, you can see here it's just planes taking off constantly. Yeah, if I come over to this side you'll see that we have the engine cowling is a different colour, just basically it's on flightsim.to in the United Airlines pack, but I kind of like it because it's like, oh, it's had a repair done, it's not had time to be painted the right colour yet, which I think is a realistic prospect. Anyway, sorry, I like a ramble, you know me. So battery can come on, we can arm the emergency lights, we can, will we go with ground power? Yeah. So we can request ground power. Hopefully that connects up for us. And there it goes. There it is, ground power. So with that we can align the left and right IRS. This is all okay. All okay. Just fire the seatbelt sign on. We can put the window heats on, why not? And I think we will leave it at that. Cruising today at 340 I believe. This is until I import it into the FMC and it tells me otherwise. But yeah, speaking of, we can go to the EFB and we can go to the EFB on the tablet. Request the data from SimBrief, so there we are, LAX to Honolulu. We can go to the FMC now, pause in it, so we're at KLAX, Los Angeles, Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray. We can take the GPS left coordinates to align at the IRS. We can go flight plan request. Oh, we can go. Hello. Flight plan request, SimBrief, set payload, set fuel, select route. It should request the route for us. Just going to set the transponder, why not? There we go. The route is ready, so we'll load that in. it is loaded in now. Now, despite what the AI traffic is doing, we are not departing off the runways there. We're going off a 24 left, which, according to Navigraph, is what they're using in real life. So we can activate that, execute that. We'll just quickly put the departure in. So it's 24 left on the Summer 2. Oh, did I not have that? There it's there. Execute. Go back to initRef. We can go. Let's go perf init request. It's kind of how I like doing it now. You can see we're quite heavy with the fuel, 17.1 tons. I think the most it can take is 20.7 or 20.9, something like that. 20 point something anyway. I think it's the most a 737-800 can take. So we're fairly heavy. See, now I don't understand. SimBrief says 340 and the plane says 360 when you import it. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I have just noticed that the gear lever is up, but don't worry, I have fixed that. You'll see it's a bit stuttery, but it's not the stutter issue I was dealing with. It's actually like that is the VRAM stutter. You can see the micro stutters that were causing me major issues before. As I have said, I have managed to stop. It was as I say, it was a Stream Deck issue. Anyway, we can go over to the EFB and get the performance tool in. So we're off a 24 left. We can import from aircraft, import the weather, calculate. So 48 degrees and 47, 48, 52. 48. I'm assuming that was takeoff 1, wasn't it? Yeah, normal takeoff, yeah. 47, 48, 52. So flaps 5. That's correct. CG 5.34 on the trim. I'll quickly set that. It always feels horrendously slow when you do it like this. There it is, roughly 5.3. I'm sure we'll edit that a bit once we get up into the sky. We can quickly do the arrival. Now, they are apparently, according to the ATIS at Honolulu, which I think seems a bit wild to me. Runway 4 right is what they are landing on. No, see, that doesn't make any sense. Landing and departing runways 4-8. See, it's, yeah, see, this is where Navigraph charts are wrong, because it's saying 4 right, but it actually says in the ATIS that 4 right is closed. So we're landing and departing on runways 4 and 8, and the flight plan says runway 4, so we'll land on to runway. Let me just have a look. We could probably pick. What is the weather? Let me check the actual weather. ATIS PHNL. So it's 070. So do you know what? We're going to go with runway 08, I think. Yeah, let's go with 08. So we'll go. I feel like they would land on 08 right. I'm not gonna lie. But they only have the RNAV. So they would just go with 08 left. Yeah, let's just go with 08 left. What's the worst that can happen? The arrival, we are NOI 1, which I don't think I have. Interesting. Let me just have a look at the flight plan again. No, this is, oh no, we do it. I'm actually just blind, don't worry. We've got a transition. Apparently this is a transition. Now you know what happens every time I put a transition in, it makes a mess of the route, so now I'm going to have a little look at said route to see. I see it's already thrown up issues at me. So we'll put the range out to 40. So out of LAX, we look okay. Got a discontinuity, but that's okay, we can go direct. That's fine. Do you know what, that actually is a bit of a mess as always. Why do I feel like they would they fly right over the what we'll probably do is first I'm going to delete this, and I just want to see what altitude it gives. As long as it's above 17,000 we're fine. Yeah, I'm just getting rid of all these. What the what is going on here? Oh, that's because it's between 10 and 15, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just getting rid of all these because it's shouting at me saying it can't do the speeds. That's fine, we're still going to be within the restriction. Okay, we'll probably try and attempt to deal with that ourselves as we approach in there. So that's fine, and we'll probably clear them once we're up in there, but that's fine. So we can go back across. I just want to put the do the MCP. So our V2 speed again was 152. So 152 on the MCP here. 1.52. Runway heading out of 024 left is. Sorry, my charts are a disaster on my phone. I really need an iPad for this if I'm going to do it like this. 251. So we can quickly put that in. 251, and as always we're going straight up to cruise altitude so that I don't need to faff about with the stupid accelerometer of these bugs, because I find them really annoying. Right, so 360, so we can arm left and right flight director, LNAV, VNAV, 360 set. We're going to get the APU started up. I'm going to fire all the fuel pumps on with that. And I'm going to ask GSX to prepare to push us back. Pressure here at LAX is 2991, so down 1, there we go. We can go to the overhead panel, put the yaw damper on now as well. APU bleed can come on, packs can remain off. Do not release the ground power until I have told you to. There is ground power. You can stick the parking brake on so that we can get rid of the jocks, etc. There we go.
We are ready for pushback.
Cool. So we can have a nosy outside. Yeah, as I say, these stutters are the VRAM stutters, but they're actually a lot more. They're a lot easier to deal with. Although they're bigger stutters, it's because it generally only happens when you change view. So as long as you're fairly consistent with it, I guess it's absolutely fine. Yeah, so we're going to 24 left, so in typical fashion we are at the wrong side of the airport, but that's okay. We'll push out of here and we'll take a right turn, and basically I think we're going to go down, not there but the next one, I think he says. I think where you can see that American hangar, I think that's where we're going. What we can do is we can stick the anti-collision, oh for Christ's sake. Oh, I don't know what the difference would be. Let's just say spot 1.
Release parking brakes, please.
Anti-collision lights on. Parking brakes are off.
All engines clear. Start at will.
We'll give it a little second to go back. Okay, with that, let's get this show on the road. Engine number 2 to ground, and we're waiting for 2.5%. There's 2.5 and goes the fuel. I don't know what GSX is doing. Why are we going forward? Why are we going forward? Has this got something to do with when I said is this the spot? Is that the spot there? Yeah, it will be, because that says, does that say number 1? Okay, I'll let it off. That was just me not knowing what one to pick. Anyway, that was a good engine start. Number 2, let's get number 1 started as well. I'm assuming they do this so that other aircraft can also push back at the same time, is my assumption. Oh, we're well past the fuel going in.
Please set parking brakes.
So there is 2 good engine starts. We can put the generators on. We can put prop heats on. The hydraulics can come on.
Unlocking gear.
Did I do the generators? Yeah, I did. APU can come off. Let's get the packs on for some air conditioning. Isolation valve go to auto. APU bleed off, engine bleeds on. We can do auto brake to RTO.
Bypass pin removed.
Wait for the light to go out, there we go.
Left
Flaps 5.
right is clear.
Do a flight control check as well. It looks like it could rain. Do you know that feeling you just get that it could rain? That is the feeling I'm getting from here. There's flaps 5. And we can fire the TCAS on for now, why not? And we are, I think, all good to go. Taxi light and turn offs on. And yeah, let's bing bong, why not? Let's get this show on the road. Let's start that clock. Should have started that a minute ago. Now, oh, why is the parking brake not going off? Why is the parking brake not coming off? Okay, it's off now. Okay, don't know what that was about, but that should be us now. Are we going to roll? We've got a master caution, doors. Now that's the over. Now this is what I was sure I remember. To get rid of that, I'm pretty sure this is like what it does in real life. I have to, yeah, there you go. You have to put the throttles over a certain percent to get the locks to engage on the overhead, on the overwing doors. Cool. So we are going to take a right turn, sorry, on Charlie here, and try and navigate ourselves over to runway 24 left. So I think basically go all the way down here and we're looking for taxiway Kilo. So yeah, this is a positioning flight, if you will, for this stream that I'm going to do tomorrow. I know there won't be many people in the stream, but I just want to sit and play Flight Sim unedited for a few hours. I think officially the full flight in real life takes, I think it's 16 hours including ground time. I don't think it will take me quite as long because I won't sit on the ground at the airports for as long as it does in real life probably, but it'll still probably be the guts of well over 12 hours. So if you fancy it and you're not doing anything on Saturday evening, why not come in and say hello. Now I'm not going to have any SkyDolly views for you unfortunately because I'm a bit tight for time, so I'm not going to have the time to record it. So he's coming up the taxiway I wanted to go down, so it's okay, we'll just go down the next one, which will be this one here, which is taxiway Lima. I would have assumed in America, honestly I would have assumed in America that I would go down the right and he would go down the right, not us both on the left. A little bit laggy here actually. Just as I turn the view again though, so it's again a VRAM issue, which is fine, I can deal with it. It's so much better than those micro stutters that we were dealing with before. Where did that? Here. Don't know where that aircraft went. So yeah, we'll keep rolling this way. Got all the heavy aircraft sitting, Dreamliners, 777s, A380. I can't wait to get our hands on like the iniBuilds Airbus products that are in the base game for Flight Sim 2024, like the A330. Like, I mean, it can't be any worse than what Aerosoft's offering is. The Beluga, A330 Freighter. There's not enough freight aircraft in this game. I love doing cargo ops, so I can't wait to get hands on them. The A350 obviously to come later in the year or into next year potentially, depending on what happens. I just, hopefully the 757 from Bluebird next year, that's the hope. Can't wait, cannot wait. I think the reason the VRAM is going to be so high here is I think my terrain level of detail is still sitting way up into the 300s. And you might be asking why, and I'll be like, because I can. And I can't wait. I honestly can't wait to get a new GPU that's got more VRAM, just to really see what it has to offer. And I kind of hope that it's optimised a little bit better in Flight Sim 2024, because at least Nvidia anyway is incredibly stingy with VRAM on their cards, unless you're obviously spending stupid money on them. Like myself, to be fair, I do spend ridiculous amounts of money on them. But yeah, that is the hope. Just going to get along on to taxiway Echo. But yeah, I really hope that it's a little bit better optimised for So it's a bit better for everyone, because like obviously I'm running in 4K, which is not going to help my VRAM issue. Like I could run in less, but because I use a 55-inch TV, just by chance, because when we moved into this house we got a new telly. This is the telly I had in my old house. It's still a good OLED HDR telly and it's 4K 120Hz, so I thought I'll just use that as my flight sim monitor, which is the coolest thing I've ever done, and it was a total random idea I had one night. Because of that I do run it in 4K, and I feel like I can't really run it in anything less because I sit so close to it, which makes it, I don't know what the word is, like anything less than 4K does look really blurry, especially now that I've been sitting used to 4K. So yeah, that's why I do run in 4K, and I like the videos to be of kind of the highest quality I can make them, which obviously helps my reasoning for it. But yeah, you cannot beat Flight Sim in 4K. And the thing with Flight Sim is one of those games, sims, call it what you will, where you actually want to sit and you just want to stare at the nice scenery. You play FPS games and it's like as much frames as we can get. It doesn't really matter about how good it looks as such, as long as it's playable. Whereas most flight simmers know that for a lot of us, like, flying the plane is one thing, but also just enjoying the views and the scenery and the realism that it can offer is unmatched sometimes. And now you're seeing why I usually cut the taxi out, because this is what I ramble. So if you enjoy these rambles, then be sure to check into a stream, because I'm probably going to be talking away to myself for hours on end. But anyway, here we are at the end of the runway, Echo 6. So let's fire all the landing lights on, starter switches to continuous, strobe lights on, auto throttle armed. I was about to do takeoff config there, but obviously this is not an Airbus. Is this how high up this runway sits in real life? Because it feels mega high compared to everything around it. Or is it a terrain issue? I really hope it's not a terrain issue. Okay, here we are, runway 024 left. And will we just go straight for it? I think we will. Let's start the clock. 40%. Wait for stable. There's stable, takeoff. Looking for 92.7 N1. Thrust set. That's checked. A little bit bumpy here. Knots straight down the runway. Gently back the stick. Up into there we go.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears coming up. Try and keep it on the flight director. Command A, because I want some wing views. Oh yes. It's like the GTA map. That's what I think every time I fly out of LAX, is I just see the GTA map. Which I appreciate that it is obviously based on that, but you get the point. We can go flaps all the way up. Take a wee screenshot, why not? And that is the last of the land we are going to see for a while. I think we do like a right turn up the coast, and then eventually we hit a left turn, do we? No, we don't even do that. we are straight out of here, which means this is the last of the land you will see until we pretty much get to Hawaii. It's saying we've got a scheduled airtime of 5.5 hours, so we'll see. That should bring us in at midnight my time, which is good. That means I can sit up all night and edit the video. I love a little late night edit. After takeoff, auto brakes can come on, retractable lights can come off so we can get less drag, turn loss and taxi off, starter switches off, and yeah. I explained before I can't turn the gear off just due to my controls, but that's okay. I don't know if you can hear the ice cream van that's just outside. I kind of was like, what the hell is that? But it's the ice cream van that's outside. Be a nice straight out departure. I'll tell you as well, I wish I was going to Hawaii in real life, because it's somewhere that I've always wanted to go, is Hawaii. But again, for someone like me that's in the UK, it's probably is one of the furthest away places we could go from here, so yeah, one day. A little bit bumpy on the departure as we come through this cloud. Wonder if we could see Trevor Phillips over here anywhere. Yeah. Stop with the GTA references, come on. They can be allowed once GTA 6 is a bit closer. Another game that I cannot wait for. I feel like there's so much coming out in the next few couple of years that I'm really excited for. I mean, I've been dying to play Planet Coaster 2. I haven't even downloaded it yet. I haven't actually bought it. Not really had time, but I'll find time eventually. With Flight Sim 2024 coming out though, I am fully focused on that. Anyway, there's 10,000, landing lights off, and we are on the way. So with that, as always, I will love you and leave you, and I will see you when we are on the approach down into Honolulu. Oh there. And we'll see you then. Goodbye. Good evening, welcome back. As you can see, we're on the approach down into Honolulu, just coming over the island now. Oh, I wish I was here in real life. Stunning scenery as we come over this big ridge here. You can see the airport just down there. We will be landing on this runway here, coming in from that direction over there. So, I guess we can do a couple of other things for the arrival. Flaps 30 as always. It's going to do that VNAV disconnect that it does now. Should just be able to put that back in, which we can. So 147 will be our VREF. It is actually quite windy. It is 060 at 21, gusting to 31, so fairly windy. Apart from that, it's fine. We can put the ILS in, which is 1117. So we can change it to ILS 1117, and we can do that on both sides. 1117, make that active. Yep, the course for that is 079, so we can file that in. There's 079 on this side, we can put it on both sides, why not? You can see it's quite bumpy. I actually should put the seatbelt signs on as well. There we go. we're below 10,000, so lights can come on. I'm just going to fire them all in. Look at that. Yeah, I wish it was me. Look at that. Look at those mountains, that ridge. That's crazy. See, this is going to sound really bad, and apologies for my ignorance from not actually knowing. Is this all previous like lava flows coming down? Because it like looks like it. I could be totally wrong in that, but you know what I mean? It just looks like these could have been previous lava flows. Yeah, I'm very ignorant. I should actually go and look that up, but you can see the airport down there. That's iniBuilds Honolulu. In terms of the approach, it's kind of weird how it's worked with putting it in. We should have a waypoint called Pakoi, I think it is, Papa Alpha Kilo Oscar Echo after Uka, which should then take us for a better turn onto the waypoint Selic, which is funny because that sounds like the way someone would call, the way someone would pronounce Celtic in Scotland. I'm on the Selic, but anyway. Yeah, so there should be a waypoint Pakoi Papa Alpha Kilo Oscar Echo. So yeah, I'm not going to put it in, but what I'm going to do is I am going to manually fly us off the heading of 259 once we get to that waypoint, and that should give us a better turn into the waypoint. So basically just going to self-vector effectively is what I'm saying. We'll go with auto brake 2, it's fairly windy, so just to make sure that we get stopped okay. It is a massive runway, as you can tell just by looking at them. So there we go, there is one of our last waypoints. We're okay for speed. Put the decision altitude on actually, which is, if I can find it, 213 on the barrel. Oh, that's not the barrel, that's the pressure. 213. There we go. So there's Uka. So we're going to go heading select to 259. Which we've kind of made an ass of because I didn't realise we were so close to the waypoint, but it's okay. Should keep us more or less there. Now we should pretty much follow this heading of 259 off of Uka until we're pretty much in line with Selic, and then we can do a right turn to 349. But depending on how the ILS is looking, we'll see. So I'm actually going to just put us to a maximum altitude of 4,000 because that's where we should be at waypoint Selic. I'm going to VS. Well, am I going to VS? Yeah, we're going to VS's just so we're not quite coming down as fast. 550 let's go with. Basically a bit of self-vectoring because, as you know, that always goes really well when I start trying to do that. I'm going to bring the speed down as well. I'm going to put flaps 1 out to try and get it slowed down here. See, we've got like another airport here. Here come the slats. I'm just going to put us to bug 1, flaps 1 bug. There we go. We still don't actually have the glide slope showing on the ND yet. So it says max 220 knots at Selic, which is fine because we're going to be but we're already well below that. I'm actually going to start the turn a little bit early because I think we should be okay for that. And we're going to give it a bit of a cut into the ILS. Just going to keep the altitude dropping a little bit. We'll put it to 3,000, I think. Bit of manual vectoring, eh? It's been the last video I manual vectored in and my microphone wasn't working, so you didn't get to listen to me boast about how happy I was with my self vectors. So I'm going to give it a heading of, yeah, let's go with 020. We can make that our final heading. It's quite a tight cut, but I don't want to be too high. I think we're okay. Yeah, there we go. We're actually spot on. Oh god, I'm good at this game. Kidding on. So we'll give it 030. We don't need to make it quite as tight if we can just follow that glide slope. 16 DME, so plenty to go. Going to slow the vertical speed down, try and get a continuous descent out of this. Going to arm the speed brakes, starter switches to continuous. Should be catching the localizer hopefully any second now. Famous last words. Would really like to try and keep a continuous descent. There's the localizer. Flaps 5. Bug down to flaps 5. There we go. We'll arm approach. Look at that scenery. I'm really excited for this island hopper tomorrow. I tested all of the airports the other night to make sure the sceneries installed from flightsim.to were working okay, which it appears they are, so that's always good. Approach mode is armed. We don't need to rush anything at the moment. There's a glide slope captured, Command B. Go around altitudes 5,000, we'll stick that in. And go with the final course, which is 079. In fact, actually, if it's a go around, it's a climbing right turn to 200, so we'll just dial 200 into the heading. Up to 5,000 in the event of a go around. There we go, 11 DME, plenty to go. We don't need to do the gear yet, we are a bit to go yet. Look at that. Oh. I always take so many screenshots on these flights, I feel like. Look at that. Let's get one from every view here. There we go. Don't actually know if those screenshots worked, and I'm about to be devastated if they didn't. Check in a moment. Absolutely fine. Don't need gear yet, we are all set. What airport is this? I need to know if these screenshots work, because it's killing me if they didn't. No, they did not work, because that's just, I don't know what that noise is, but it's kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. Right, enough screenshots, Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm devastated that they didn't work. I'll just have to pick them up from the recording. Sorry, I'm aware I'm going through the views here. Right, enough. Gear down, flaps 15. Go to VRS speed, we'll go for 150, it is quite windy. And flaps 30 as well. There we go. Okay. Lights on. Aircraft seems to be struggling to get us to our speed here. You certainly do not need drag. Right, okay. The aircraft's incapable of flying itself, so auto brake. And I say auto brake, autopilot and auto throttle off because it's incapable of getting us at the right speed. See that? I nearly stalled us. Right, we can bring the speed back a little bit now. Now we're far too high, come on. I'm not doing another go around. Don't have time for another go around. There we go. Absolutely dropping out the sky there, that's fine. Get a bit of throttle in, that should make it okay. This aircraft's going to cross the runway. Hopefully if it is, he's going to do it quickly. Is it going to wait there? No, you're going to cross now. Of course you are.
300.
It's okay, should be across by the time we're down.
200. Minimums.
Landing. Far too high, but it's okay. Oh, big sink there.
50. 40. 30.
Throttles to idle.
10.
Pull it back. Ah, smashed it. Smashed it. Smashed it. Reversers. Auto brakes on. Decel. Yeah, my rudder input ruined it. Otherwise it would have actually been okay. There's 100. $80. Manual braking. Reversers stowed. And we'll take this exit here. Welcome to Honolulu. Okay, I'm looking for gate G something. I'm actually just going to stop us here a moment, right in the middle of a taxiway. In fact, no, I'll keep it loaded. I'll keep it rolling. I'm going to change that because it's the wrong one. Change facility. G gates. G6 is where the aircraft is United. Yeah, G6 is where the island hopper took off from yesterday, so that's where I'm going to try and park us. APU can come on. Landing lights off, turn offs off, starter switches back to off, strobe light off. And yeah, APU started. Auto brake to off. TCAS can go to transponder. I believe the G gates are along here, which is the hope. It's a little bit laggy, but it's okay, we can deal with it for how beautiful it looks. So yeah, I think this is the G gates here. Yep, there's G4, which means G6 must be just nearby. Excellent. G4, G5, G6 is there. Excellent. Oh, forgot to stop the clocks. Okay. APU is online. Fire it over to those generators. Taxi light can come off. And there's G6 here. Excellent. We will spin her around. There we go. Absolutely hot wheeling it onto stand. Remember, I'm going to try and save the panel state for the video or the live stream tomorrow or today as you see this video. This feels like far too far back. Okay, if you insist, parking brake on. Engine cut off. Fuel pumps can all come off. APU bleed on. Isolation valve open. Leave the packs on while the APU's on. Probe heat's off. Window heats can come off for now as well. Anti-collision off. Seat belts off. And welcome to Honolulu. Request deboarding. I also checked yesterday the GSX actually works here, which is amazing. I need to reset the camera from doing the cruise shots. There we go. There we go. Yeah, a little bit laggy. Yeah, this is the 767 spot, but yeah, we're sitting really far back, it feels like. But hey ho, whatever you want, GSX. Hopefully the gate actually is able to stretch this far without like detaching. Oh. You know how I said GSX worked here? Oh my fucking god. I give up. I actually give up. I mean, this is with a GSX profile for the airport as well, so I don't even know what to say. I actually just want to watch it to see if it's going to do it again, because it probably is going to do it again, because I'm going to assume it's because the jetway isn't actually long enough. Oh, what is it going to manage? Well done, GSX. I am so proud of you. Wow, that is impressive stuff. Anyway, yes, welcome to Honolulu. I'm going to request ground power, yes. But yeah, welcome to Honolulu. We are going to be back here later on today in the stream. So if you want to say hey, and it is Saturday the 16th that you're watching it, feel free to drop in and say hello. But in the meantime though, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See you then.